This is a video about transit van again, saving money, making it reliable and cutting down on maintenance for the future. That's budget innovation. It's like a part-time job looking after this van, keep it on the road. So these plastic trims, they, as you can see on the other picture, the clips stay in the pillar and the trims come off, and replacing the clips doesn't do the job anymore because these are obviously damaged inside where the clips are retained. So this is about solving it.
Here's the scenario. You're driving down the road, full steam ahead, like maximum speed limits 70 miles per hour, 120 kilometers per hour. And what happens? This comes off. You can see I've glued it on. I can't even get it off now, but so that comes off. It flaps down here like this. Even worse if it's on that side, because now you've got the problem. You've got to pull over. If you're like me, just like today, I'm in a rush. I don't have much time, so I won't talk for too long. So that's it. What do? And if you got to take it off, which isn't difficult. Once you know how, it hooks into a little lug here. Here's the lug. Yeah, see, it's fucking tricky. There you go. So there it is, hooks into that little lug there, that hole. And I've glued it on, you know, with construction adhesive and things. And you get to the point where you're thinking, I've got to buy a new one. How much would that be? 40 quid? What a waste of money. Here we go again, Ford doing things that, you know, designed to make us keep spending. So what's the answer? I'll show you the answer. Bear with me. The plan is, I'll put this on. That goes there. There. There's a spot there. We don't want to hit that. I'm going to drill a hole through that flat spot. I'm going to drill a hole through that flat spot there. So I'm going to put this on. I've just marked it. I know roughly where they are. Just hook this in here. That doesn't want to go in, does it? No, that doesn't want to go in at all. What does not want to go in? I know you can't see much with me in the way. For some reason, it won't go in. It's that plastic thing there. Oh, that's dropped down, that's why. This plastic thing is a bit weak. Make sure the door shuts. Not happy that bit of rubber. I don't know whether that's actually going back enough though, see. No, oh no, looks back there. Doesn't seem to fit that well, but it'll do. It's a van. It's not a Mercedes-Benz Ferrari or something, it's a van. So, drill, I'm going to put an M5 pin in, so it's just a little bit bigger than that. I know that's roughly the angle. Do you want to see that? I don't know whether you want to see it. Don't go drilling the second bit, that'll take you into the van. That's not a good idea. Of course it will come off again. I might just hook it there. Thing we're going to use, and there you see them, They're slightly knurled there. They're aluminium. They've got they're threaded inserts, and they're like pop rivets in that they get squashed and they clamp within a hole using a tool like this. The thing is, they're only aluminium, so if you and you want the hole to be big enough for it to be pushed in reasonably easily, but so the diameter of the smooth part, so that the knurl bit is an interference fit. It has to be tapped in. So I'll hook that in. Widen that hole. I think the hole's a little bit bigger than I expected, because it doesn't catch on the knurl bit very easily. Oh, it does. I don't think I knocked it in, though. So I'll try again. I'm going to break the windscreen. There's all sorts of risks when you do things like this. Oh, it stripped the thread then a little bit. Yeah, you can see the threads come out, but I'm still going to use it if I have to. Oh, you can see the thread, yeah. So that one worked a bloody treat, except it stripped the thread. I could drill that out with exactly the same drill, it'll be fine. Shall I show you that? Yeah, I'll show you that. I'll show you how you drill it out so that you can see what I mean. So exactly the same drill will make the most of that stripped thread. But you want to get in the middle and don't go too aggressive. In fact, if you can get that off, sometimes you can just push it out. There you go, okay? So we'll try again. So in a way that was fortuitous, because we stripped the thread and I showed you how to take the pin out, the insert out. Can you see? You probably can. You're not going to answer me, I don't know what I'm asking. Have your hammer with you when you do this, because when you put it in, you don't want to be dangling this to go fetch the hammer. Now that one's better. See how tight that is? I can see the knurl part just going in. Hopefully that's adhesive isn't a problem. You really have to be careful you don't. If you tap the windscreen, you'd have a cracked windscreen. Wouldn't that be a bummer? That is really tight. I'm not going to overdo it. I can tell it's tight. I can feel it. And that unscrews lovely, which means that that thread is not damaged at all. You could go back in and tighten it up if you need to. So it's probably better to do it in bits. There's a tiny bit, actually, a tiny bit, see there? A tiny bit of thread lost. You could get stainless steel ones, they'd just be harder to do, but they'd be, they wouldn't strip thread so easily. So put that in. I have actually measured the depth from the top of this down to the start of the body, so through the thread to the start of the body, because the last thing you want is to have it not tightening. So I've cut bolts already for that. And what I did was I took one of the bolts that had been uncut, stuck a nut on it. I don't know whether I need to be showing you all this, but stuck a nut on it right over to the top there. I screwed that into the hole until it went through the thread and it hit the body on the inside, and then I moved that nut down there until it touched the plastic, and then I know that that's the length, and then I measured it on here, put this nut where it needs to be, and then you cut on top. Watch your fingers, keep your fingers out of the way. Oh, let me show you left-handed so you can see. Hold the nut still. If the nut turns, then it's a problem. Cut it underneath. You can, if you want, cut on the sides as well. And there. Right. Otherwise, if you find that difficult, just cut down and just take when you feel it getting to the other side, take the pressure off the blade and just, like that's going through now, and you just take the pressure off as you come through to the other side. I'm only doing, oh sorry, and I'll feel it. And try not to let it bend downwards, and that way the thread isn't so damaged. You can see where it's got to the other side. You can see that burr. With the bench grinder, that's a smooth wheel, which is probably better. That's a coarse wheel, which is what I use anyway. On the grinder then, what we're going to do, we won't do it that way, not, because the grinding wheel turns that way, downwards, and any burrs will form here, which affects the thread. It resists the movement of the nut, so it impedes the thread. If we move the nut out of the way, if we do it that way, the top is the cleanest bit, and any burrs are on the bottom out of the way of the thread. So that's what we're going to do. Now, as long as you've got a good gap here that the nut can't go through, you could do it there, but there's a bit of a gap, so I'm just going to turn it round like that. See? Now, I was always taught not to use the side of a wheel, but look, you don't want to put grooves in the side of a wheel, but sometimes it's easy to just do that, and there's no harm. It's bullshit. It's just somebody's pet hate, I think. There's a much better thread. See the burrs at the end? Where they're out of harm's way, and then if we take that nut off, it'll come off lovely, it'll come off easily. A bit of wobbly in the thread, isn't it? Which is good, probably. It just comes out easily. It's just a perfect thread. Same sort of thing. There's the hole. Here's our pin, still with the nut on. We'll take the nut off. Pop it in the hole. Hopefully find the thread. There you go, feel it straight away. Tighten it. I can feel the resistance on the thread. I know it's just touched the plastic and there's plenty of resistance, so that's great. So I know that's not going to vibrate loose either, which gives us our finished job. And I don't think that looks too bad, does it? Around the other side. It matches. Hey.
I hope you enjoyed the video.